Hi, we're doing some sums on quant speed-based questions where speed is important. So these are normally coming in almost to the exam like MBA entrance exam, the banking exam, or the exams. Focus is to build speed. So let's try to solve. It's advisable that you try to solve on your own and then look at the solutions. So let's start with the first sum. A man buys 10 liters, rupees 10 per liter, and dilutes it with water. He sells the mixture at a cost price and thus gains 11.11%. Find the quantity of water mixed by him in every liter of vinegar. Since he sells at cost price, so basically let's say his cost price is nothing but that of vinegar, and his selling price or profit that he makes is because of water. Okay, his cost price is nothing but because of vinegar, and selling price will be purely because of water. That means if he's 1 liter vinegar, he'll be selling at, I mean, the profit that he make is 0.111. That is the amount of water will he add. So 1 liter vinegar will have 1.111 liter of water. So the answer will be D option in this case. That's how you can solve. You can also use the option if you want. Suppose I buy 1 liter of vinegar. My cost is 10 rupees. And I'm adding 0.111 liter of water. Right. So this total quantity which I'm selling it, the whole thing is 1.111 liter, which I'm selling at 10 rupees per liter, which means my selling price for this much will be into 10, which will be 11.11 liter, 11.11 rupees. So profit I will make out here is 1.11 rupees on a cost price of 10, which is 11.11%. But this also you can solve. But let's understand simply, because I'm selling at cost price, my cost price is nothing but that of vinegar and my profit is nothing but water. So 1 liter if it's the cost price, my profit is 0.111 liter. Actually, this value is not required to get the answer for this. Just knowing that 11.11% is the profit, you know how much of water is added to the liquid. two ships traveling at 30 and 90 kilometers per hour directly towards each other. Basically, we want how far they are 1 minute before they collide. So if you look at the relative speed, one is traveling at 30 and one is traveling at 90. The relative speed is 30 plus 90, 120, because traveling in opposite direction, 120 kilometers per hour. So basically, we want 1 minute before they collide is the equal to a distance of 1 minute they travel. How much distance they travel in 1 minute? 1 minute before they collide is equal to the distance they travel in 1 minute. So if they travel 120 kilometers in 1 hour, so in 1 minute, how much will they travel? It's 60 minutes. So basically per minute they travel 2 kilometers. So last 1 minute they will travel 2 kilometers. B option is the answer. Right? So if you look at it, we just want how much they travel in 1 minute. The relative speed is 120 kilometers. So in 1 minute they will travel 2 kilometers. So just before 1 minute before they collide, they would have traveled a total distance of 2 kilometers. You can directly mark the answer. There's another way of trying to find the speed and then going about it, but then this is easier. You can easily get the answer for this directly. If you go other ways, you know they're going in opposite direction, 30 and 90, which means the speed is 120 kilometers per hour. So to travel 120 kilometers, they will take 1 hour. Okay, because time is equal to distance upon speed, 120 upon 120, which is 1 hour. Same in 1 hour, if they travel 120 kilometers, so in 1 minute, last 1 minute, how much they will travel? You can use that also to try to get the answer. So once you understand the sums, it becomes easier to solve. Try to understand the sum and then solve. The ratio of first and second classes train fares between two stations is 3:1. Okay, fair. And that the number of passengers traveling between the station first and second class is 1:50. The amount collected is nothing but fare into number of passengers. So if I look at the ratio of first class to second class, the amount collected will become 3 into 1. So assuming 3 is the fare and 1 is the number of persons, 3 into 1. In the second class, it will be 1 into 50. So ratio is 3:50. Now 3 and 50 together is 53, and 53 total amount stands for 2650. 53 total amount stands for 2650. If you look at this is into 50. So second class compartment will be 50 into 50. We'll get 2500. D option. Cross multiplication gets the answer easily. Right? Amount collected is fare into number of passengers. So if I look at fare is 3 for first class, number of passengers is 1. Fare is 1 for second class, number of passengers is 50. Because we're finding a ratio, you can directly take the values like that. You'll directly get 3:50. So total comes to fares is 53. 53 stands for total amount of 2650. So 50 stands for how much? You can just cross multiply, you'll get 2500. You can do this orally also, but this is the way you can solve it faster. Right? I hope it's clear. This may sound a little tricky. So 24 days and 6 people working per day. Now let's look at first 2 days, 6 people work, 6 people work. Second, third and fourth days, 12 people work, 12 people work. Next, 18 people work, 18 people work, and so on. When I convert to days, 6 people means 1 day of work. So here 1 day of work, 1 day of work. Next 2 days of work, 2 days of work. 3 days of work, 3 days of work. 4 days of work, 4 days of work. I have to complete a total of 24 days of work. So this 1, 2, 2 plus 4, 6, 6 plus 6, 12, 12 plus 8, 20. So 20 days of work is over in 8 days. In 8 days, 20 days of work is over. Next, 5 days of work is done. But we require only 4 more days of work. Okay, next 5 days of work is done, but we only need 4 days of work. So time taken is 4 by 5. So total days will be 8 plus 4 by 5 days, which will be 8.8 days. The option. You can also make out slightly more than 8 days. The only option is 8.8. I repeat this again. First day only 6 people work, which is 1 day of work. Second 6 people work, 1 day of work. Next 12 people work. So 2 days of work, 2 days of work. So if you keep on adding, you will say in the 8th day, they complete 20 days of work. But we want 24 days of work. So a little more than 8 days. You can make the answers D. Or if you want the exact value on the next day, which is the 9th day, they will do 5 days of work. But we want only 4 days of work. So amount of days is 4 by 5. So 8 plus 4 by 5 will give you 8.8 days. That will be the answer. Just converting it into a concept which you understand becomes easier to solve. No formula, no equation, just understanding and trying to put in the values. If you understand the simple tricks, you can be really fast in the examination. So practice and that will help. I hope it's clear. Thank you.